Deven Choksi is now joining in. Deven, thank you very much for joining in. Lots of stocks in focus. There is Hotel Leela, Leela Palaces, where the numbers are looking very good. The management commentary is optimistic. You've got Hyundai Motor outlining ambitious capex plans over the next few years in India. And Tarun Garg will now be the MD and CEO, the first Indian to hold that position. Some IT earnings. Tell us your pick for the day, your standout stock.
Hi, good morning. Well, I think the overall earnings season is appearing to be, I think, very promising. The IT companies which have basically reported earnings, even except, I think, those kind of misses, slight small misses, I think that they may have, I think, in the revenue front. But importantly, including HCL Tech Mahindra, I think you have found that the margin improvements, even though it is marginal, but I think has happened, which means the adoption of AI in the work environment has actually started yielding the result in form of, I think, saving the cost and putting across, I think, better efficiency. It appears clearly. And maybe this could be a starting point. So frankly, I think the IT companies, they are written down. They could be the one choice, I think, which one would like to possibly follow hereafter. Even some of the B2B segment service providers within the engineering R&D space companies within the IT space as well. I believe that I think those companies are probably relatively better off, I think, in the coming situation. And we will probably see, I think, a smarter growth in those earnings. So I think the overall environment looks convincing today. Second half of the financial year is definitely appearing very promising from the early commentaries that we have started receiving from corporates. So remain relatively more confident than before as far as I think the outlook is concerned for 26 financial year.
All right. Hi, Deven. Good morning and good to see you, Ben. Let's talk about banking names then. Axis Bank will come out with its set of numbers, but what about RBL Bank? Has it run its course at around 290 rupees? Valuation-wise, there's still some support. The only problem is the stock is up 60-70% in this year itself. A view out there?
Not any, good morning, Nigel. Not any specific view, I think, on RBL per se, but overall, I think within the corporate banking space, I think we remain relatively more positive with the companies with a larger AUM. I think this is one quarter where probably you will see the retail lending, I think, would have approximately grown faster than I think what one would imagine. I think we're waiting for the numbers to come out for large corporate banks. But initial indication after talking to some of the companies, they have actually seen, I think, a smarter growth in the retail lending. So the corporate banks with a good size retail portfolio are the ones, I think, which would possibly do well in the second half of the year as well, because of the fact that the consumption story is picking up. And we believe that I think this is going to grow faster. So I think we are more focusing on the larger corporate banks with a larger AUM book that they have.
What about Hotel Leela? It's not done too much compared to its issue price. I think it's hardly up 1%. I mean, the numbers look fine. The company is talking, it sounds very optimistic. Its EBITDA margins are closer to 45-50%. They're talking about a 2,000 crore EBITDA by FY30. Closer home, at least for FY26, the profit should be in excess of 100 crore. They're expanding rapidly, aided by the parent Brookfield. Is it the valuations? Because the hospitality story is doing well in India. Premium hospitality sector is doing well in India. So what's happening with Hotel Leela?
Well, I think in general, you rightly touched upon this point. I think each one of them, be it Indian Hotels, be it ITC, be it even Hotel Leela, I think each one of them are talking about increasing the number of room keys, I think, in next 3 to 5 years, which is a significant growth. In fact, if you extrapolate the number, I think they are talking about around 20% CAGR growth over next 3 to 5 years' time, which is fundamentally very positive. Not completely sure about Hotel Leela, but both ITC and Indian Hotels, I think they have indicated and they're significantly working in that particular path as well, while working on the asset-light model. So the profit margin, I think, which you alluded saying in Hotel Leela's case also, I think is looking more promising. Yes, India's story, both for the leisure as well as for the business tourism, I believe is, I think, helping this particular sector as a whole. At this point of time, since we don't have the coverage on our Hotel Leela, I think we will refrain from putting across any further view on it. But we believe as a sector, I think the strength is quite some and likely to remain firm as well.
All right, Deven, final question. Thyrocare, any view out there? You know, one of the top winners in the last 1 year, actually Thyrocare comes up because in the previous years, actually it was an underperformer, but it seems to be getting its act together and the numbers are looking pretty okay. Your view on it?
Earlier, Nigel, I think we had the concern about tracking the stock possibly quoting at a valuation. Honestly, I think in the recent times, we haven't, I think, examined again on the valuation side, particularly the company. But on the whole, I think the story remains promising. If the valuations have become attractive enough, probably I think this could be once again relooked at it. We have not yet looked into it, so we'll refrain from putting the view on that subject.